This is the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today, I'm your host. WWE has a championship problem. We have an undisputed champion that isn't undisputed. We have two sets of tag team championships when we don't need them. A speed championship that, let's be honest, nobody even knows about. Does WWE even know what to do with these belts anymore? Well, today we're breaking it all down, and trust me, you'll never look at WWE championships the same again. Because by the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you exactly which championships WWE should keep, which one they should merge, and what needs to go in the trash. And I guarantee you won't guess which one I think that you think should disappear. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. We're live every Tuesday and Friday at noon. Sometimes we do special shows and try things out. However, it's interactive, whether you're watching live or on demand, so be sure to throw a message in the chat because I read everything, whether we're live or on demand. But let's look at the main championship at the WWE. And I'm talking about the WWE Undisputed Championship. Cody Rhodes currently holds the Undisputed Championship, right? But Gunther is also a world champion as well, too. That's the part that makes no sense to me. That's the part that loses me every single time that I think about it. Because even when you look at it, the Undisputed Championship is just two championships. It's two belts. It's two world titles. It's a world title, a universal title put together. And the reason why they called it Universal Championship was because, you know what? The universe is bigger than the world. All right, fine. I get it. Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 to capture the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns beat Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam 2020 for the Undisputed Championship. So since Roman Reigns is running around with two belts, the WWE created the World Heavyweight Championship and let Seth Rollins be the first inaugural champion of that. The WWE created confusion at that point with the Undisputed Championship. Because how are you undisputed when somebody could dispute you? That's the part that I don't understand, right? And let me tell you, look, let's be honest. This is why I think that WWE created the World Heavyweight Championship in conjunction to the Undisputed Championship and the WWE Championship. WWE wanted to sell new replica title belts. That's it. That's the answer to the question. And the other one I think as well, too, is that Paul Heyman was having a hard time carrying around two belts for Roman Reigns. He's 60, almost 60. He's getting up there in age. I get it. When you look at the WWE, they have 20 championships. How is it that you have 20 belts? They have the Undisputed Championship. They have the Universal Championship, but the Undisputed Championship is technically the WWE Championship as well, too. Then they have the World Heavyweight Championship. They have the Women's Championship. They have the WWE Women's Championship. They have the Intercontinental Championship for the men and the women. They have the United States Championship for the men and the women. They have 3 tag team belts. They have the Speed Championship for men and women. NXT got its own championship, its own women's championship as well, too. It's 2 mid-card championships for the men and the women, and the tag team championship. And then they got Lexis King running around with a cup, the NXT Heritage Cup. What in the hell is going on over there? And, you know, a couple months ago, I was roasting AEW because AEW had more championship than Solomon had wives. They had more championships than Jesus had disciples. So I said, you know what? Let's see how many they got. And we're going to combine AEW with Ring of Honor because it's technically the same company. It's defended on both. It's the same company. AEW and ROH together has 17 championships. Looking at AEW by themselves, they have 8. They have 8 championships if you're not counting Ring of Honor. There's too many belts in AEW. I'm sorry, in WWE. There's too many belts in WWE. What are we doing? Let's go back to the Undisputed title. Cody Rhodes is undisputed. Cody Rhodes is the Undisputed Championship. Is the Undisputed Champion. But you can dispute it because there's another world champion running around. That champion is Gunther. WWE merged the belts, the WWE and Universal titles into one. So now, and they did it for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns only carried one belt, right? Because, you know, like I said, Paul Heyman's getting up there in age. It makes their bags lighter and stuff like that, fine. But the Undisputed label is misleading. Because Gunther also has a world title. Come on, somebody, help me make this make sense. You can dispute Cody's claim because WWE has 2 world championships for the men at the same time. It's not undisputed. You can dispute it. Who is the world champ? Who is the biggest champion in WWE right now? Oh, well, you know, on SmackDown, they have one champion. And on Raw, they have the other champion. That's bullcrap. You see Cody Rhodes on Raw. So what is going on? How does any of this make sense? Listen. The Undisputed Championship and World Championship creates confusion for fans, and it waters down the meaning of being undisputed. Later in the show, in this episode, I'm going to tell you what WWE can actually do to fix this mess, but they probably won't. And when you hear my fix, you're going to say, wow, that's so easy. Why haven't they done it already? So make sure you stick around. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscriptions mean a lot. We are currently up to 305 subscribers here on the Tristan Law Show. I'm loving it, loving you. We are growing. We are doing some great things here on the Tristan Law Show, and I'm glad that you're here. So that was the Undisputed Championship. Man, I feel like my blood pressure is going up, and I don't got blood pressure problems. I feel it, though. Let's look at the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship. Historically, these championships were the workhorse titles, and they were held by the future world champions. So anybody that held the Intercontinental Championship or the United States Championship in WCW, you can say, you know what, one day I can see that person being the WWE Champion or WCW Champion, right? The U.S. Championship was taken over from WCW, in case you didn't know. Now you know. WWE could treat those championships as the main event. If you are the Intercontinental Champion or the United States Champion and the main champion is not there, you are it. You are the head of the food chain at that day. That should be the championship that main event the card. Should, though, the United States Championship be merged with the Intercontinental Championship to create one mid-card championship? Because think about it. The United States Champion represents the United States, and the Intercontinental Championship represents everywhere else, right? It's the Intercontinental. So isn't that really a world championship? Oh, yeah. Look, man, sometimes I feel crazy when I think about these things, when I think these things out loud. And that is how I come up with these episodes. I sit here and I think these things out loud, and we just got another subscriber. Wait, where the clap at? There goes the clap. Another subscriber. We're up to 306. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much. We are growing. We're growing here. We're growing. Look, I promise you, once I get to a certain subscribers, I ain't going to work no more. This is going to be my job. I'm going to sit here and talk to you about wrestling all damn day. I promise you. Creating a community here. But in order for the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship to feel like they belong in that main event picture when the world champion is not there, what needs to happen is that there needs to be some prestige brought back to that championship. And I feel like they've done that with the Intercontinental Championship when they let Gunther hold that championship for 666 days. It's the title you hold before you become the world champion, and look at Gunther now. He is the world champion, the world heavyweight champion. So what about the other belt? The undisputed one? Huh? Makes no sense to me, but either way, Gunther's still a world champion. He's the top of the food chain. When WWE wanted to make more equality for the women, and look, I'm all about equality for women. I was raised by a single mother, and I think that women are very strong. They're beautiful things, and they can do their thing. And I get it when they decided that the women need to have their own mid-card championship as well, too. So what did the WWE do? They went on and bought more belts. They went from 18 belts to 20 belts. And then what they did was they created the Women's Intercontinental Championship And they also created the Women's United States Championship. Okay, great. So the same exact thing should be done. That when the women's champion is not there, the WWE Women's Champion or the WWE Women's World Champion, because you don't want to say women's heavyweight, like, all right, we're being a little, crazy now. But if that's the case, what I'm saying is that those championships should be merged together as just one, or keep them as separate. Keep them as separate because if the world champion is not there, right, it could either might not be on Raw, he might be on SmackDown. Might not be on SmackDown, might be on Raw. Or you know what, they might not be on both of them. So that's the case, then you have your Intercontinental or your United States Championships for your respective brands. Look, let the mid-card championships, WWE, carry the weight in the absence of the main champions. If you can't carry the company as a mid-carder, you can't carry the company as a main eventer. You have to be able to carry the show. For somebody to say, ooh, you know what? The Intercontinental Champion is about to come out there. Braun Breaker's about to come out there. Braun Breaker, Intercontinental Champion? Yeah, he's the Intercontinental Champion. So you know what? That guy needs to be a future a future WWE Champion. It's something that I see, but after Gunther lost the belt, they bounced that belt around a few times. They let Gunther make that belt feel prestige, like it was something that everybody wanted, which they did. And Jey Uso finally took it off him. But either way, we're going now. Look, WWE, if you are listening, and we are talking about you having way too many damn belts. You've got 20 championships. New is not always better. WWE keeps introducing new belts. The Women's IC, the Women's US, the Speed Championship has evolved. And if you missed one of the last episodes, I talked about the independent company that WWE has, and nobody's talking about it, WWE Evolve. They're getting ready to put belts on there as well, too. And I get it. I understand. Some retired pro wrestler and your host, Tristan Law, is sitting right here in front of you. I get it. The reason why you have to have the belts is so that people could go into the store and buy the belts. I get it. It comes down to money. And it also gives a layer of competition. Even though pro wrestling, we know what pro wrestling is predetermined, but it adds a layer of competition to the competitors to the show, because now it gives them something to fight for. Because you know what? Sometimes the story is just more than the two beef that they got between each other. Now it's about a belt. I get it. But just because the WWE adds more titles, it doesn't mean that it improves the product. Look, the championships need to be prestigious. That's why there is only one NFL champion. That's what that Super Bowl champion. That's why there's only one team that wins the World Series. That's why there's only one person that wins the PGA World Tour. There is only one championship. Yeah, you can do other championships for other demographics and maybe mid-card and stuff like that. That's all fine and dandy. But when there's more than one that you can fight for, you know what? I wasn't good enough to go fight for the WWE Undisputed Championship, so I'm going to go fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Come on, man. This sounds crazy as hell to me. Look, WWE should focus on making the existing championships feel more prestigious instead of creating more. Look, when you are the mid-card, you are the future. Let them work hard and let them carry that load. But there's one mid-card title that WWE created that has zero prestige. And we'll get to that one very soon. But look, I just opened up the merch store, and we have a newsletter that is launching very soon. If you look at the description and click the links in there, you can sign up for the newsletter. It's free, and you can get yourself some Tristan Law Show swag. Appreciate it. And when you get that Tristan Law Show swag, take a picture of it, tag me on it on social media, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you here on the show so everybody can see you in that shirt. Make sure you're dressed appropriately. Let's look at the WWE Tag Team Championships. The WWE technically has 4 sets of tag team championships. They have the men's on Raw. They have the World Championships, the WWE Champions, Tag Champions, the Women's Champion, and the NXT Championship. They have 4 belts. 4. That's 8 extra championships that they made. No wonder WrestleMania cost so damn much because they got to pay for the belt somehow. They probably still owe the belt man some money. Raw and SmackDown having two separate tag team championships does not help the division. So you're only the best of Raw or the best of SmackDown? Why aren't you the best of the best? Why aren't you the best of the tag team division? If you are the best of the tag team division, you should be able to travel. And you know what? If they want you, they'll come find you. The NXT championships, they have they have a men's championship, but they don't have a tag team championships in NXT for women. So what happens? The women's come down every now and then, they do their thing and they wrestle for the belts. Right, that's fine. That makes sense. Right? Because either you're going to be the best of the best, but the reason why the women don't have a tag team championships is because WWE is now looking to add 22 extra belts, 2 extra belts. And they don't have that much depth in the women's division in NXT right now to go ahead and give them an extra tag team belt. I get it. The women's tag team championship in WWE, they use one set of traveling championships, and it adds prestige to it, because if you are the women's tag team champion in the WWE, it shows that you and your homegirl, that you guys are the best of the best. The creme de la creme, the top of the top. If you want to be the champion, a tag team champion in WWE, there should be one belt. Because if you are the tag team champions, that shows that you are going to be the king. There should be one set of kings of tag teams in the WWE. Look, I get why they do it, to make money. The reason why they have all these belts is so that the WWE can make money off of you buying the belt, so you can stand in the audience with your Roman Reigns shirt on and your $15,000 belt that you bought from WWE shop on your shoulder. Look, I gave myself a hand clap for that, because you can't deny that. Whenever you watch the WWE, you always see somebody out there with the belt. All right, people. All right. Wow, the applause is overwhelming. Whenever you watch WWE, you always see somebody. Let's go watch Raw from yesterday afternoon. Go watch SmackDown from last week. Go watch NXT. Go watch AEW. You always see somebody in there with their championship. I got to bring my big championship so I can wear it. You paid $1,500. You paid $1,500 for that. That's some people's rent somewhere in America. Look, I get it. We all want to take a piece of the show home. But damn, it's useless for you to have that in your house. But you know what? I'm not money shaming you. It's your money. Do what you want. And speaking of useless championships, there's one WWE championship that is so irrelevant that WWE barely talks about it. And I'm not talking about the 24/7 championship, and that we're going to do next. But if it's your first time here, 6 days after every single audio-only episode, I release. Well, 6 days after every episode, you get an audio-only version, and that's wherever you find podcasts: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, wherever you can find a podcast. This is where you get the audio-only version, because you don't want to look at my ugly, mugly face. But if you want to catch it live or watch the video, it's on YouTube, and we're live Tuesdays and Fridays at noon. There's one championship that is such a joke in the WWE, and again, I'm not talking about the 24/7 championship, because that was a waste of time as well, too. The championship I'm talking about, it is only defended on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. It's the Speed Championship. What is WWE Speed? Okay, great. I'm going to explain to you what WWE Speed is before you even think about what the championship is. WWE Speed is a social media exclusive wrestling series created by the WWE last year, and is specifically designed for X, for Twitter. And it focuses on quick, fast-paced matches. There's no storylines, no hype, no meaning into the whole show. The only meaning is that, we got a time limit. We got to work within the time limit. You don't get a whole show. You just get matches every Wednesday. Here are some of the key features of WWE Speed. Every match is capped at 3 minutes unless it's the championship match at 5 minutes. It's exclusive to X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. And the championship title that they introduced was the WWE Speed Championship, and it's defended exclusively within this format. So, you don't see the belt on Raw. You don't see the belt on SmackDown. You don't see it on NXT. You don't even see it on Evolve. You don't even see it in WWE Shop yet. Maybe it might have been. I didn't look for it too hard. But the purpose of WWE Speed is its fast action for short attention. This show was built to cater to fans with shorter attention spans or those just scrolling on social media. Oh, it's a wrestling match. I can sit here for a couple minutes and watch this. There's no main roster priority when it comes to the Speed Championship. Most matches feature mid-card or underutilized talents. You will never see a big name wrestling for that. You're not going to see Roman Reigns. You're not going to see John Cena. You're not going to see none of them. You're not even going to see, I don't know, you're not even going to see Solo Sikoa wrestling for that. I hope not. The WWE Speed Championship has low visibility. Despite the first social media push, you're probably not even aware that it even exists. And the WWE doesn't even promote it on TV. They go, yeah, go watch WWE Speed. Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. Go ahead and do that. Here's the question, though. Should WWE scrap it entirely? Look, now that I've laid out the web of messy championships in the WWE, all 20 of them, with the other 2 coming soon from Evolve, let's take a look at how we can untangle this mess within the WWE. And don't forget, this Friday, I got another episode coming out live at noon. What if WCW beat WWE? Let me tell you, wrestling almost died. It would have died. Go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can be here with me live this Friday at noon. I'm looking forward to having you. So how should WWE fix these problems? It's simple. When you look at the Undisputed Championship, which is actually 2 championships, the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship, take the World Heavyweight Championship, and what you're going to do is you're going to merge them into one championship. Sorry, Gunther. When you look at the Women's World Championship and the Women's WWE Championship, take those 2 championships and merge them into one. That's all you have to do. One set of tag team championships. Why is it that they have 2 sets of tag team championships? Why is it that there's a Raw tag team champion and there's a SmackDown tag team championship? Take those 2 belts and merge them into one. That's it. I'm not asking for too much. Look, the WWE Speed Championship that I just talked about, put it where it belongs. In the trash. That's where it needs to go. The only one that I'm willing to make an exception for is the Intercontinental Championship and United States Championship. I'm willing to split hairs on that, keep it as it is, but those championships for men and women, they will be expected to perform at the main event level when the world champion or the men's undisputed champion and the women's undisputed champion are not there. That's the expectation. When you come to work, you're expected to work hard, and you know what? When the big boss is not there, you're next in command, it's on you. WWE has 20 championships. And when you go to WWE.com, you can purchase, WWEshop.com, you can purchase all of them except for the Speed Championship. They haven't even made a belt as a replica because you don't even know that it exists. When you go on X and you type in WWE Speed, it gives you all these little matches. I watched WWE Speed for the first time prior to coming on and doing this episode. You know why? Because I had to understand what I was talking about. I had to make sure I'm not crazy in what I'm talking about. They have a guy running around with a cup. A cup. The NXT Heritage Cup. And then they have other championships and accolades that they put on people. They got the belt that they had in Saudi Arabia. Thank God they didn't bring those belts back. And then you could become the king of the ring. Like, golly. Like, look, belts are for holding up your pants. This is a championship. Everybody shouldn't have one. Why is the WWE doing consolation prizes for everybody? Look, Cody Rhodes and Gunther should just wrestle, merge the titles. That's it. Tiffany Stratton and Io Sky, merge the titles. That's it. The women's championship in that. Braun Breaker and LA Knight, their respective championships for Raw and SmackDown, Intercontinental United States Champion. Just keep those separate. Just let them be the head of the food chain. Let those be the two that everybody has to work to if that's what they want. That should be the most contested championship when the world champion is not there. If you're going to do a brand where it's Raw and SmackDown and wrestlers don't really cross over, then you know what? You need to make it feel elite. That when the world champion comes to town, that the person that wants him or her is going to show up at the front door and say, bring me that belt. Imagine how much more prestigious WrestleMania would feel if there was only one world champion. The men would go on one night as the main event, and the woman would go on the next night as the other main event. But this year at WrestleMania, the main event for night one is going to be Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. So that only leaves space for one other championship to be the main event the next night. And that's going to be Cody and John Cena. It's crazy, WWE. Get it together. But here's what I want to know. What do you think? Do you think WWE needs all of these championship belts? Or is it time for WWE to clean house? And you know what? Let me know, because maybe WWE will finally listen. Let me know in the comments whether you're watching live or on demand. Quality over quantity is the only path forward for the WWE. Can WWE make these bold changes, or will they keep just creating meaningless belts? Leave a comment. I want you to hit me up. Message me here on YouTube. Leave a comment on this, and I'll definitely come back and I'll message everybody back. If WWE had to cut 3 championships tomorrow, which ones would you pick? Let's debate that. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Tristan Law Show. Had such a fun time talking to you. I look forward to meeting you again on Friday, live at noon here on YouTube, because we're going to be talking about what if WCW almost won. I'm Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show. Thanks so much for joining me. Go watch some wrestling. Go watch some more videos here on the Tristan Law Show. And I'll see you next time.